We're going into these pitches, and they are pitches in the back of a bowling alley or in a bar, the back of an adult bookstore.
I remember Ted and I drove back to Brookings. We went to Dakota Tool and Pawn. We met with the owner. We went into this sort of back area, and we were going through the ideas. In fact, I specifically remember the idea was,
don't be a tool.
Kyle laughed. I remember he laughed.
Dakota Tool and Pawn. Big time tools, itsy bitsy prices.
And we were super excited because this is one of our early wins. They were going to pay us.
If you've ever been to a pawn shop, there's a lot of surprises in a pawn shop. Then I look over at Mike, and he has located a wall of like medieval artifacts.
There was this sort of Viking-like helmet with big Viking horns on it, and I made a joke. I was like, well, you don't need to pay us.
If you hire us, we could trade our first ad. We would trade for this helmet. We'd call it the Idea Helmet.
And we had a laugh about it.
We're leaving the parking lot, and around the corner comes our new client, Kyle, and he's running at us with this helmet. And he's like, guys, and I'm like, oh no, and I'm rolling down the window, and he's like, here's payment for my first ad.
And I was like, oh, great, thanks. We roll up the window, and Ted and I just sort of silently drive away because we desperately needed the money. And here I sit with this helmet in my lap instead of any sort of payment.
The Idea Helmet was our secret. Hire Fresh Produce because we have the magic helmet that unlocks the mysteries of the creative universe.
I've never met a business partnership, two dudes that are so different from one another, but yet work so amazingly together.
Mike brings tenacity.
He not only wants you to be fulfilled by the work you're doing, but he's always asking, like, what can I be doing for you outside of work? That's a big part of what he brings, that and just like a whole lot of puns.
I was intimidated by Mike. I was intimidated by him until we had a few beers together, so. And now I make fun of his beer choice.
Mike Hart needs to find better beer.
We haven't talked about the ability to absorb Miller Lite. It's really, it's unparalleled. Ted hasn't changed. I don't think Ted has changed.
He thinks about things different. It is very clear he is on a different track.
It's an insight that is almost, I don't know if you call it kind of intuitional. Is that a word? Yeah.
Here's a guy with a background in horticulture who's putting that to use in all these creative spaces and building this creative culture and just growing it like his own little garden. And it takes a certain kind of person to do that. First impressions of Fresh Produce, these guys are going to push us all creatively.
People were kind of unsure, do they know what they're doing? What are they doing? Why are they doing this?
Well, there were times I was like, man, this is incredible. And there were times I was like, I think they're on mushrooms over there.
We're really serious about what we do, but we do it with a lot of levity. Ted would tell you that things are going really well in the creative process if we're laughing a lot. Like if it feels like we're screwing around, we're probably doing a lot of really great work.
I think when you're young, you have a bit of an audacity in the ideas that you push. And I think they still have that approach, both of them. But I think that's tempered with a lot more strategic thinking.
Their work has matured. I think the clientele has matured along with it.
I think it was when they started really showing up at the Addies and started doing well, and people started saying, hey, maybe that's not such a bad direction to go because it's breaking through.
It's going to be different. It's going to capture your attention. There were times that I had to convince the leadership at SDN and the SDN board, wait, this is going to work. You just have to be patient.
Another day at the Wild Kingdom.
Ted said, we want to make 3D animated sharks. How are we going to do this? I didn't know much for 3D. I didn't know much about sharks.
That was so unusual at the time. When people see something different and they're tired of the same old, we at SDN would get those calls. Who does your spots? Fresh Produce.
And I was stepping into this agency that had a reputation for doing the weird work and the quirky work.
When you hear the word cancer,
I think it was an opportunity for us that we were so excited to apply the same principles to come up with kind of silly ideas to take on something like cancer with the exact same approach.
I've never seen a business with an art gallery in this space.
Sometimes people walk in and they don't quite know where they are because they've walked into an art gallery and they're expecting to be in fresh produce. You pay for every square foot of this space, but we've designated this portion of it to something we make no money off of and have to pay to kind of support, but it is so valuable to us culturally.
To open up your doors in downtown Sioux Falls on a Friday at 6 o'clock is not normal. That's unique, but the space that is here is very welcoming to everybody, but I think it's a haven for artists.
Mike and Ted deserve the silver medal just because they have really built something wonderful at Fresh Produce.
They know how to sell. They know how to be creative. They know how to serve their community. It's more than a business. We're here to serve, and we have to serve the greater community in some capacity.
Their support of education, both in the classroom and then in their internships and then beyond.
You know, I think anybody that's been doing what they've been doing for 20 years, you know, and doing it successfully, you know, deserve attention. And the way that they have built this business in their own vision and on their own terms, I think deserves recognition.
Mike, Ted, love you both. Congrats on this well-deserved silver medal.
You're so deserving, and it has been so fun to be a part of your journey and your growth.
Mike and Ted, congratulations.
I can't think of people any more deserving, and congratulations too to everybody at Fresh Produce.
Ted and Mike, congratulations on your award.
I love it when good things happen to good people, and you guys have really left your mark here in this ad community, and you're not done yet.
I can't wait to see what else you do in the future.
Congrats, you guys deserve it all.
It's a testament to all of the work you've done to grow this business the way that feels right to you.
It's an honor and a privilege to work with you both every day.
I'm proud of the 15 years of great work we did together. I'm more proud to call both of you friends.
You've brought so much to the market, and thank you for all you've done for education and continue to do.
Ted and Mike, I'm so proud of you both. Congratulations.
Keep moving forward. Keep challenging the landscape in Sioux Falls to do great things from a marketing and advertising perspective. And proud of you, man. Keep crushing it.
Mike, you look dazzling tonight.
Ted, congratulations on earning the Silver Medal Award. I'm sure you're incredibly inspired by me, and that's why you've won it.
Mike, congratulations. Okay, Mike, congratulations. I am curious how if Mike thinks that he could have won an award like this without me. Or I would like to hear all the different ways that I've inspired him. Yes, I would like to know. It's hard. What would I say to Mike?
Ted, congratulations on earning the Silver Medal Award. You know, all jokes aside, this has been a wild ride, and I can't imagine doing it with anybody but you.
You're very deserving of this honor, and enjoy it. Enjoy it, Mike. You did a good job.